We have prepared ourselves. That brute Odin, he will certainly be surprised.
Your Majesty, could you please reconsider the proposal to mass-produce the ciphers?
We have Beldor's dragon. We also have your swordsman. If we can take the cauldron, we will have more than enough phosons to sustain us. We will no longer need the poison that has been damaging us.
What a foolish thing to say. My dear aunt, you are full of naive ideas. Don't you understand? The cipher is absolutely necessary to battle the Demon Lord.
Watch your words, Melvin. I cannot allow royalty to be criticized so in front of my subjects.
Please forgive my insolence. I care too much for you. Not as a retainer, but as family. I spoke too frankly. That woman fails to see the whole picture. Oswald! Are you on your way?
Yes.
You must demonstrate the overwhelming power of that sword. Kill many, and make no mistakes.
Princess Mercedes, will you really be heading to the battlefield?
Of course. I need to prove my worth as a leader to my mother.
But did she not command you to stay behind and look after the castle? That is also a leader's job.
Have Melvin sit here and hold the fort. Oh, hi, Melvin.
Princess Mercedes, please, leave the battle to me. Rest assured we will see victory.
No! I shall go as well.
As you wish, Princess. Please, come this way. Lord Melvin, please do not take offense.
If something were to happen to Leifthrasir, that brat will be the next queen, huh?
Alright, so I believe now that we're back with another episode, it's time to check and see what's going on in the timeline of this story. So right now, we're playing as Oswald on Chapter 2. Around this time, we're about here, on our way to the next event, right? So, right now, we are in a battle. What battle is that? That is the battle that Gwendolyn jumps into following the death of her sister, and was the first chapter of the game. So while Oswald is battling it out here, he'll eventually, I believe he eventually runs into her, or actually that was the battle before that he runs into her. So Gwendolyn's on her way to take out Belial, which then from there we have the events here that have Odin kill Leifthrasir ultimately. And then we're in Chapter 5 during this time with the Puka Prince with Cornelius, which is Cornelius trying to save Velvet and ultimately having to fight Mercedes, who ends up coming out here of her own will to prove herself to her mom, kind of gets beat up by a rabbit. So a lot of events are happening at the same time here. And it's also really cool to see, like, the event that starts Gwendolyn's game is the event that is more than halfway through Cornelius' story and is somewhat partway through this story right now. And for Mercedes' story is only the prelude, you know. everyone's story starting in a different order kind of makes interesting to see where that timeline's going, you know. Of course, things with Oswald haven't really gotten started yet. He's kind of mostly doing some stuff for Melvin, which obviously is gonna change, you know, once we get to the coup d'etat point and all that stuff. Thought I'd talk a little bit more about the story just because things are starting to develop a little bit. I feel like a lot of interesting stuff with the story only kind of, everything just seems like normal events that occur. But once you're, I feel like 4 stories in, you're like, okay, everything's starting to come together now, you know. We have some stuff to, you know, it gives, you know, we're at the point where a lot of Melvin's stuff is given more weight because we get to see what his side, his faction, I guess, is doing. You know, what with Oswald. It just, you know, this is also the 4th time we have seen battles take place in this area. We have a new move, by the way. I should probably show that off to you guys. So, let's quickly back out of that menu. Check out this. Alchemy Mix Gold. Creates money from the wounds of injured opponents. Developed to fund wars. Fucking what? You need 3 onions. That's fucked up, man. Picked up Serpent Grief, which we will bind to the bottom button. We shall be showing that off as soon as we get to another area. We also have another skill to pick up as well. Let's try it out. As you can see, his moves are fucking awesome. Also, as you can see, it takes up a lot of meter. Like, how much meter does that take? 12. 12 this early? Kinda nuts. Also kind of understandable, though. Yeah, nothing special. Oh, man. What's the skill we picked up now? Congratulations, you've obtained Shadow Bite. A shadow that crawls along the floor, striking foes from below. Oh, what is this one? Leaps forward. Maybe this is better to have on my down. Nah, I could still make bite my regular circle. Ah, it crawls around the ground and then we'll attack anything that pops up. I do like the contrast in how you would grind stuff out in this game. On easy mode, you basically can get by so long as you have a decent understanding of the game. You will need to pretty much do next to no grinding. Just maybe the occasional visit to a restaurant if you want to keep your HP and attack like somewhat similar to the enemies around you. Pick up this key so we can move on. If you're playing on normal, you definitely want to grow some plants every now and then to get some fruits, and you know, make okay use of Mori's touring restaurant and the occasional puka restaurant. And whenever you're playing on hard, you're pretty much using all that stuff, and you're playing it, in my opinion, you know, you're grinding about as much as you would like in the original games, just grinding out and getting food and stuff. In the end, it's not as much of a drag as the other game, but really this game seems to come down to that. It's like, how much work do you want to do? I enjoy the options they have with that. In case you're wondering, there is another difficulty that you can unlock upon beating the game as well, so for people who want to go even further, you can do that. We're gonna go ahead and pick up this dragon key and area map. He's like, look at this shit, I don't know what the hell it is. Mid-boss stage? Well, you asked for it. Oh, I'm all out. Well, where's the fun in all that? How about Volcano? Oh, did that burn? That probably burned you, friend. Oh, you jumped away. That completely disrupted all that. Oh, he hit me. I've also noticed how they handle difficulty curve with this is if you're not a baby, chapter 1 and 2 will be fucking pathetically easy for this part. However, once you start getting to maybe chapter 4, things start getting a little stressful unless you make sure to keep up on eating and stuff. Because by the time we made it to the end of Mercedes' story, I realized, like, the way I was doing glass cannon related stuff in that wasn't exactly, you know, as good as I was thinking it was gonna be. We can pretty much get to where we need to go almost completely uninhibited. Because I'm gonna assume the key that we picked up is exactly what we need. So I'm pretty sure we can just do a mad dash. So how's it going? I would like to build my meter off you guys, so forgive me for being that guy. But I want to get closer to max on that. So we need a Valentinian key to get in there. Simple enough. Where the hell am I going to find a key? I don't actually see any key to it anywhere. Which means that it is probably over this way. We gotta go. We gotta... I'm not giving you a good... Fucking, we're going left and then we're going down. It's like, I assume that you're looking in the exact same place as I'm looking, which, you know, I probably shouldn't do that. We're gonna go left here and open this dragon door. This probably is the key I want. As expected. Royal Valentinian Key. There's a lot of platforms here. There might be something worth looking into. I've kind of gotten over wanting to necessarily explore every nook and cranny, but man, you are floaty as shit, Oswald. Jesus. Oh, I've been rewarded. Now that we found what we wanted, what's the other room have? 1-star thing with a piece of equipment? Ah, I'm good. Honestly, I could do without it. We have a war to go win, alright? Though then again, if we go by the major events that happen in this part of the story, it seems like Oswald does pretty much nothing. Like, let's see, we fight... No, not even thinking about it. I actually kind of forget what he does. I mean, when you think about the events, what are the events of the story thus far? Like, in this area, major stuff that happens, King Valentine reveals himself, I guess. But is, you know, successfully pushed back by Cornelius, who then just finished fighting off Mercedes, who was attacking Velvet. Gwendolyn fights Belial, successfully incapacitates the dragon, while Beldor ends up bouncing and deciding, I'm gonna go hide in the swamps after this. And then you got Elfaria, who is then cornered by Odin, who unleashes the Balor and basically kills her with it. Melvin, I believe Melvin is with her at that time. So the gap in time we need to fill in here is what is going on with Oswald at the time, which when you think about it, he can't fight Brigand at this point. I feel like you could say at this point that Brigand is maybe tending to his wounds. Or something. He's still fighting, but who knows what he was doing at this time. Actually, when I think about it, I think Velvet fights Brigand at this point. I think that's what we're going to see when we get to her story, so we just need to find out who we're going to take on. It's fun to fill in the blanks.
Oswald, dedicate your life to death and darkness.
Who are you?
I take the chosen to the netherworld. People see me in their last moments and wail. Death. A contract binds your life to the hands of Queen Odette of the netherworld.
I know of no such contract.
You act as if you own the darkness. Only those bound to death have that power. Why do you think that is? A certain man pledged your life in exchange for the lethal power in that sword.
No, it couldn't have been Melvin.
The time has come. What gives you power is already rotting away at your mind and body. Now, as the contract is deemed, give me your soul.
Oh yeah, now I remember. They had no other character that they could have you fight, so they just make you fight too many bosses instead. Not gonna lie, kinda weak. Kinda weak. But whatever, you kind of need Oswald at this point to at least understand in the story, yo, this is kind of a problem that is happening specifically to him now. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty silent during all that things that's happening right now. Very pleased with all the things that I am doing. Though these guys are pretty damn durable. Like, what are they? Level 8? Yeah, I'm a couple levels behind, but you know, that shouldn't matter given my insane attack potential. Probably deal with this, like, nag. There we go. That takes care of that. By this point, I feel like I can level up once again here. Let's go ahead and make my cipher more potent. Not once, but twice. There we go. An extra 2 notches of attack. It's gonna go a long way. I would love to get both Halia like really close to each other. Man, his design looks nuts after he releases that thing. And we're in there, and we're in there. Let's get the high damage out. Screw it, just do the same move again. Now, we need to focus on this left one a little bit, given the other one's almost dead. I like to distribute my hatred evenly if I can manage it. I say that, then focus only on the right, but whatever, it's in front of me. The other one ran away. Alright, next. There we go. Death to all spirits. I wish I could pick up those phosons, though. Come on.
Melvin.
You! What are you doing? While you've been loafing, the Aesir have invaded. As you can see, we've been utterly defeated. Queen Leifthrasir has been killed. My reputation is ruined.
I apologize.
Stay put, you idiot.
Melvin. The Halia came for me.
All parents want their children to be powerful. In your case, I succeeded. In fact, you have the power to keep the Halia at bay. Do not worry. You must trust me, Oswald.
Melvin! How could this happen?
Princess Mercedes!
Where were the royal guards? You said I could leave everything to you! What were you doing? Why did you not protect my mother?
What happened is indeed most unfortunate. I am not surprised you are emotional. Queen Leifthrasir made for a prominent target. 'Tis a shame we could not save her. From this point on, I shall assist Princess Mercedes in resuscitating the country.
I may not find it necessary to ask you for assistance.
You are indeed arrogant, little queenling. If Leifthrasir had listened to my advice, she would have survived the battle. The cauldron has been seized. How can we entrust our destiny to a lass who knows absolutely nothing? Wait. This is a turning point. Royalty is handed down as judgment of the gods. The crown still awaits its perfect master.